Episode 305, The Mysterious Sovereign. In spite of himself, Bobby felt tingly and warm when he heard the charming voice. Even the experts' hearts melted. No one could resist the charms of a beautiful woman, and this woman was the most beautiful in all of Great Canopy Country. I finally found you, Empress Louisa, Bobby thought. He began to tremble. Loki panicked inside his spiritual cage. The Empress had bid 1 million primal crystals for the serendipity coin, and no one had countered. Bobby had told him he would stop at 1 million. The cat opened its mouth and spat out a low-tier spiritual-grade weapon worth 1 million crystals. It was his entire savings. They could use it to up their existing bid. Okay, Bobby agreed. He knew how much Loki wanted the coin. He raised his hand and bid 1,100,000. The crowd was stunned when the person who had engaged in a bidding war with the Iron Blood clan was now competing with the Empress. Who is this moron? Surely the Empress won't let him humiliate her, the experts exclaimed. The bidding war continued. Bobby couldn't see Empress Louisa, but he heard her loud, clear, crisp, and charming voice. His own voice was cold and gave no sign of emotion. The Empress was curious to know who her unabashed competitor was. He sounded quite young. When Bobby had bid close to 2 million primal crystals, she shrugged her shoulders and said, I'm not very familiar with the path of life anyways. You can have the coin. If she really wanted it, she could have bought it. But her focus was on something much more important. If the Empress was to be too kind as to show her face, I will buy the coin and give it to her, Bobby said and laughed out loud. The crowd erupted. Does he have a death wish? One of the experts asked. Lucky for him, the Emperor's not here, another one commented. Empress Louisa's charm is breathtaking. I would easily pay 2 million just to see her, Bobby taunted. Loki bared his teeth and looked at Bobby angrily. Once you have the serendipity coin, come see me after the auction, the Empress replied playfully. You got it, it's a deal, Bobby said. He knew the Empress realized how much he wanted to meet her. The coin was just an excuse. The auction continued and the items became increasingly expensive. Here we have the Dark Star Sword, the expert on stage announced. A high-tier spiritual-made weapon of an unknown material. It becomes invisible in the dark and harnesses the power of the stars. It's from the Seven Swords Inheritance. The true Lord rank experts became excited. Of the 4 great inheritances, it was ranked second and used by the Path of the Sword. During the reign of the Scarlet Moon clan, the Sword Saint had received the Seven Swords Inheritance. He cultivated his power to slice rivers into 2 with the weapon. He had even defeated the Scarlet Moon Patriarch. Contestants, the starting bid is 20 million, the expert said. It was high enough to dissuade the majority of participants. After a fierce bidding war, the Sword Palace clan brought the weapon for 70 million primal crystals. Bobby's heart raced. This was the first time he had seen such a powerful weapon. He was sure that it would be difficult to defeat anyone who had the Dark Star Sword. But the following item was even more extraordinary. It was the Demon Slaughtering Sword from the ancient, powerful, secluded Mist Country. This sword had belonged to the imperial family there and was considered to be a peak spiritual weapon. Legends have it that the sword contained the secrets to the great empire's destruction. The starting bid was 25 million, and the sword was sold to the imperial family for 72 million primal crystals. The auction continued to move on as to the other types of rare items. The elderly expert auctioned off the Sacred Legacy script and the Scarlet Moon maps together. There are only 48 scripts of this kind in the world, and each script contains secrets of the inheritance, he said. If you collect enough scripts, you can determine the location and time of the Sacred Legacy inheritance's next appearance. And if you collect over 100 Scarlet Moon maps, you can reach the cultivation level of the Clan Patriarch. The starting bid was $50,000 for the script and $20,000 for the map. Bobby contemplated starting a collection of scripts, but decided it was not worth the price. He didn't believe in luck. He thought an inheritance was something one had to fight for. They were sold for absolutely outrageous sums. Master Higgins couldn't resist the temptation and bought the script. The auction was coming to an end. The elderly expert had saved the best items for last. Here we have the Seven Swords Manual from the inheritance of the same name. It's an extremely complex piece of writing that even the true lore experts would find it hard to comprehend. The manual is unfinished. Therefore, it falls short just of being from a peak spiritual grade item. Let's start the bidding at $30 million. The crowd went wild, and the bidding war officially began. At $80 million, offers began to wane. Only a few of the richest elites stayed in the game. $100 million, someone in the VIP stand said. Everyone fell silent and turned around to look. Who could this arrogant man be? They thought. Greetings, Mystic Sword Sovereign! The expert on the stage said and bowed. The man was from the original core realm, seeing which, the participants began to murmur. Is it true? Is there really a sovereign from the original core realm who's still alive? How will the citizens of the capital react? Some were suspicious, while others could barely contain their delight at such apparition. According to legend, the original core realm experts had the power to destroy the heavens and earth. They were fearless warriors. The Imperials and Iron Blood clan were equally awestruck. The young sovereign walked out of his box and went straight up to the stage. He wore a green cloth and had a magnificent aura. Before anyone realized what had happened, he had disappeared, taking the Seven Swords Manual with him. Farewell, Sovereign, the elderly expert whispered. He bowed and an interspatial ring appeared in his hand. Though the true Lord rank experts tried desperately to find him with their spiritual senses, there were no sign of him anywhere.